Well, good morning and welcome to the Morning Report. My name is Willie Lawson. Listen, if you've ever paid $8 for a side of fries and wondered what the hell is going on, we're going to get into it because diving headfirst into California's latest economic disaster, on top of all the other disasters they have there. The next movie is going to be Escape from LA. Remember the movie, if you're my age, Escape from New York? The next movie is going to be Escape from LA. So again, welcome to the Morning Report. Today's headline hits pretty hard: $20 fries and no jobs. It's not a joke. It's a warning. A lot of times we're like, how do we get here? Because if you follow me on my other socials like TikTok or whatever, that's my big question. It's like, how did we get here? It seems wild. It seems wild that there are people who are in the streets right now in Los Angeles protesting the law being followed. ICE is doing their jobs. There are no new laws. There's no new anything. And people are trying to burn LA down. How did we get here? On April 1st, 2024, California implemented Assembly Bill AB 1228. That's jacking the minimum wage for fast food workers to $20 an hour. This wasn't just a raise, it was a seismic shift. The bill created a thing called, of course, because the bill had to create more bureaucracy, a thing called the Fast Food Council. Now, this fast food council isn't like, hey, listen, we're going to start using tallow and we're going to start using better ingredients. And no, it was empowered to raise that wage every year until 2029. So they've still got, at this point, 4 more years to cause 4 more years of havoc. Sounds great, you know? What could possibly go wrong? Until the consequences of all this finally hit. All right, so let's get to the facts. Since the law took effect, over 1,400 fast food locations have permanently closed in California. So just like most leftist nonsense, the thing that they were supposed to be helping, they actually killed. They actually killed. That's a 330% increase in closures compared to just months before. April saw 730 closures compared to only 315 in March. So in March, there were 315, and the very next month, 730, a 132% spike. And this isn't just the mom and pop stores. High profile victims include Arby's on Sunset Boulevard. I mean, you're on Sunset Boulevard. You're on one of the main drags. They can't do it. All right. And the McDonald's in San Francisco's Stonestown Galleria, both citing the wage law as a final straw. Rubio's Coastal Grill just shut down 48 California stores in May. This is what happens when policies are passed by people who don't flip burgers or balance budgets. When you can have people say, well, we have to blah, 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 and they aren't really concerned with the consequences and the effects that it has on real people. Now, what we know is that a lot of these places are franchises, right? People have become wealthy by, buying a franchise of something and then maybe buying another one and getting like one store, like one McDonald's store, and then buying 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 other McDonald's stores. Some people have become wealthy, especially Black folks have become wealthy doing that. The franchisees report is this: a 16% sales drop in some McDonald locations, an average loss of 29 employees per 400 staff. Average loss of 29 employees per 400 staff franchise. 89% of voters cut workers to stay afloat. Now, anybody who has two brain cells and one synapse working understands that you can't continue to pay workers more and more money without first having profits go down, which means that you can't invest enough in the business. You can't keep paying workers more and more money without the price of the thing that you sell, whatever it is, whether it be a French fry, a hamburger, a coffee cup, a mouse, flight yoke system that I have here. Oops, yeah, it's connected to the table. Anyway, our lighting system, whatever it is. And there is a ceiling. Now, I'm not Thomas Sowell. I shouldn't be your favorite economist, but this is easy. This is easy stuff. There's a ceiling for what the market will bear. And once you reach that ceiling or you go above it, your sales will decrease. You reach the point of diminishing returns. And once you do that, with the pressure of the stuff you have to buy for that mouse or that French fry or that hamburger, if you can't, you may not be making enough to actually pay everybody in the place. You've got 10 employees. You may not actually be getting enough money in to pay all your bills, because you still got to pay for your water and your electricity and your gas and your taxes and on, and your employees. So what can you you can't tell the gas company charge me less. You can't tell the electric company charge me less, because a lot of times those very entities are run by municipalities. You love to tell the tax people charge me less so I can pay my employees. You'd love to do that, right? You'd love to tell the people who bring you your fries and bring you your plastic for your mice, and all the stuff that you need to do what you need to do to charge me less because I need to pay my employees more. That would be great, but that reality does not exist. It doesn't exist. So the only thing you have, and you know what's horrible is that these people who institute these policies, they know this. This isn't just something that Willie has. This isn't some inside information you tuned in for. You knew all along. And even some of the people out there holding up their fists going, I've been working for Wendy's for 15 years and I've never had a raise. Fight for 15. Remember that? As a matter of fact, we're going to put, if I remember, please let me remember. Remind me. My highest performing video on this channel has to do with this subject. It's funny, we're right back here. The only thing that the owner, the franchisee, has that they can control are the number of employees they have. If they have to spend $1,000, and I'm just pulling that number, on employees, and they don't have $1,000, all they can do is drop the number of employees. So not everybody gets 100, right? So if everybody has to get 100 and you got 10, you're right at the edge. But now everybody's got to get 100 and you've only got 800 to give. 2 people are out. Now all those 8 get 100. Make sense? Now, if all those 8, now you've got 800. Now, all of those people have to get 200, right? Well, what are you going to do? You only have 800. So you're going to cut more people. So now you have 4 people instead of 10. So they can all get paid what they're 200, right? So people are losing their jobs. And the cheap food that they used to be able to get from places like you, they can't get anymore because those places have to charge more so they can continue to pay their employees. Forget extra stuff. Forget health care, dental care, forget retirement forget all that stuff, especially when you work for a franchisee. Forget all that stuff. These places are trying to stay afloat just by salary. Now, they can fire people or they can cut their hours. But it's not gonna work out well for the employee. And these people who are passing these policies know this. This is the back door to socialist and communist policies. Actually, anymore, it's the front door. It's not even the side door, the front door. And they know that. Meanwhile, at Harvard and UC Berkeley, they're claiming there's no job loss. More of these folks want you not to trust what you see with your eyes. They want you not to trust that you are driving down the street and you can see that the damn Arby's is closed, that you can see that the McDonald's is not open, that you can see that this Rubio has closed 48 stores and the one in your neighborhood, you can see it with your own eyes. It doesn't matter a tinker's damn what the clowns at Harvard and UC Berkeley say. You can see it with your own eyes. And guess what? You're going to see a lot more of it. Because economists warn that this policy could lead to 1,000 to 2,000 additional closures statewide and up to 45,000 job losses if something isn't done. And remember, this isn't the end. That fast food council continue to can raise wages again next year and the next and the next. Folks, this isn't just about hamburgers. It's about policy that punishes the working class while pretending to help them. This is about giving with one hand and taking away with the other. California's $20 an hour fast food law is frankly killing jobs. Now, it isn't just the jobs, really. When you close the stores, the people who used to provide material for that store, product for that store, they don't have that either. So that job loss goes back up the chain. This is what they don't want you to see, although you can see with your eyes. So if I've got a company that supplies beef to this McDonald's and this McDonald's is no longer open, no longer operating, then I can't supply beef to them. So you know what? I have to do what? Either raise my prices or I have to let go of my own employees. So that sewer backs up and affects everything else in front of it. The store, the McDonald's store or the Wendy's store, Fight for 15, it is the front end of a long trail of producers all the way back to the farms, all the way across the country. So that sewer backs up all the way across the country. And what the clowns in California and other places don't want you to see is where the sewer that they cause, the backup that they cause, where it actually hurts. It doesn't just hurt the fast food workers there in California, but the people who grow the meat, who grow the potatoes, who grow all the stuff that you need, who provide all the things that those stores need, all the way down to chairs and tables and the screws that put the chairs and tables together, all of it, the cash registers, all of it. We are all attached. And then you're pricing regular folks out of what used to be cheap eats. When all else fails, you have the damn dollar menu. College? Anybody go to college and be broke? When all else fails, you have the damn dollar menu. At least you didn't die. You weren't all that healthy, but you could eat, right? So if you're tired of the lies and the spin and economic malpractice, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Share this with somebody who still thinks Gavin Newsom should run for president. My name is Willie Lawson. This has been the Morning Report. The Morning Report is a production of fightbackmedia.com, 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 and fightbackmediatv.com. Until we see you again, go out there and learn something, love somebody, and for goodness sakes, God take care of yourself. We will see you when we see you. Bye-bye now.